Hello everyone, Josh here with Enemy Impact, bringing you guys some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and today we're going to be talking about the new data mine leaks for September 11th. Big shout out, of course, to Dragon and Yazin, so thank you guys so much for that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the cards. Now, I actually put in some emojis that actually allow me to that's not even a word, to better allow you guys to see what the rarity is for these cards. So you can see here, Mega Roid City is an SR, Mixer Roid is a UR, etc., all the way down. So you guys kind of get the idea here. Now, some of these cards have already been kind of leaked, but we're going to go ahead and talk about them again because I don't think I talked about them before anyway on the channel. But anyways, we have Mega Roid City. You can target one other card you control, destroy it, and if you do, add one Roid card from your deck to your hand. During a damage calculation, if your Roid monster battles, you can send one Roid monster from your deck to the graveyard, switch the original attack and defense of your battling monster. During the damage calculation only, you can only use each effect of Mega Roid City once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusion monsters. The turn you activate either of this card's effects, even if this card leaves the field, and you guys can take a look at the artwork right here. So, pretty cool card, very interesting. We're getting a lot of Roid support. I'm just wondering if they're going to put these like all in a new box, or if there's going to be an actual machine EX structure deck. Like, that would kind of suck. Maybe it's just going to be a normal structure deck. It's been a while since we had a normal structure deck, so maybe it'll be just a normal one where you can go in one time for free, then have to purchase it the second the second and third time rather. Who knows? But there's Mega Roid City, very interesting. Cool concept and could be a pretty cool card. And in this game, it could be a really good stall deck for sure. And a little bit tilty, especially with like Spike Shield with Chain, etc., etc. Some cool stuff you could do there for sure. So that's an SR. Now we have Mixer Roid, level 4 machine effect, 2200 defense, so really high defense for a 4-star. You contribute one machine monster, special summon one non-win Roid monster from your deck. You can pay half your life points and banish any number of machine monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon from your extra deck one Roid fusion monster with the same level as a number of those banished monsters, ignoring its summoning conditions, but destroyed during the end phase. You can only use each effect of Mixer Roid once per turn. And that is a UR. And here again is the card art for you guys. There you go. So, very, very good. That'll actually be our best defensive monster for a 4-star, I do believe, in the game. Just, you know, without any kind of buffs or anything like that from either equip cards or a field spell. It's just a straight up 2200 defense. So, very, very good. Definitely one of our better, free, or I don't know if it's free yet, but it's definitely one of our better walls that you can just summon for, basically just because. Or just set it, or whatever you want to do with it. So really cool that they're really trying to push Roids on us right now, aren't they? They're really trying to push the Roids, man. They want you to use Roids. Yeah, that's a good health lesson for you guys from Konami. Anyway, so now we're getting another UR with 5000 defense. It's Super Roid mobile base. Machine fusion effect. One Roid fusion monster plus one Roid monster. Now keep in mind it says one Roid fusion monster, so you have to use an already fusion summoned Roid monster, no matter how you summon it, either by just ignoring its summoning conditions with a card like Mixer Roid, or you actually went through with it, polymerization, or whatever means that you use to put a fusion monster in the field that's a Roid monster plus an additional Roid monster. Then you can get this bad boy out. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Special summon one Roid monster from your deck or extra deck with attack less than or equal to that monster. You can only use this effect of Super Roid mobile base once per turn. So you can load your field up you can just keep filling up your field with this card. Very crazy good. I think the hardest part will be, of course, just initially summoning him, but with a card like Mixer Roid, it could be possible. You can only use this effect, of course, once per turn. Once per turn during the end phase, you can target one Roid monster in your main monster zone other than this card. Return that monster you control to the hand, and if you do, move this card you control to that monster's monster zone. So you can just kind of move it for whatever reason. I guess that would work a little bit better, I guess, if you were doing link summoning, where you can have one of your link monsters that are actually pointing to a certain monster zone. You know, mobile base would be very good for that. For Duel Links, it really doesn't do anything. But it does allow you to send a monster to your hand that may have been hit with like a Wall of D, or may have been hit with like a massive morph, or is getting hit with a Mask of a Cursed. I mean, you never know. It could be locked down somehow, some way, you know, and you might want to get it out of, you know, get that zone from being locked up. So you can go ahead and use mobile base's effect. So this card is really, really good. It's just the hard part, like I said, will be summoning him, but like with cards like Mixer Roid, it could be done. So very cool. High defense too, 5,000 defense. Oh my goodness. Put a spike shield on that, and that's usually game for most against most people. Doggo, level 4 rock effect. This is our only normal type card, our only normal rarity card rather, of the cards that we have here. 1900 attack. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there by an opponent's card effect this turn, while in your possession, you can add from your deck to your hand one monster with a different level from the monster you control and the monster in your graveyard. You can only use this effect at Doggo once per turn. So for example, if you have like a 2-star on the field and then you have this 4-star Doggo in the grave, you could add like a 3-star monster or a 5-star monster, a 1-star monster, anything that's not at least, you know, whatever's on the field and in the grave, of course. And now we got some more Fire King Avatar cards here. This is an SR Beast Warrior effect, level 4, Fire King Avatar Arvada, 1800 attack, 200 defense. When a monster effect is activated while this monster is on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy one other fire monster in your hand or field. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster in your graveyard except Fire King Avatar Arvada, and special summon it, but it has its effects negated. Also, it is destroyed during the end phase. You can only use each effect of Fire King Avatar Arvada once per turn. Now, this card is very amazing to me because this allows you to actually use Phoenix and then nuke Phoenix again in the end phase to get Phoenix's effect off again next turn. So you can play a more aggro, a more aggressive version of Phoenix with Fire King Avatar Arvada. Now that is awesome to me because I used to love playing Phoenix. It was one of my favorite box sets back in the day of Duel Links last year, and I would love to be able to run it again. And with Fire King Avatar Arvada, it may be possible because we are playing in a very, very back row heavy meta right now. Like almost all decks are running some form of back row, be it Treacherous Trapple, be it Floodgate, Wall of D, Onslaught, Field Spells, you know, you name it, right? And then being able to run Phoenix just to keep taking care of that would be amazing, especially when this lets you bring him out, use him, then he gets destroyed, and then you get his effect off next turn. So, whoo, okay. Okay, I'm liking Arvada. That is nice. By the way, I forgot to show you guys card arts for these. I do apologize. There's Super Vehicroid mobile base. We're going to go ahead back down here to Doggo. And of course, if you guys want to see these leaks, I try to keep the data mines section clean with only the latest ones and updated and stuff like that, making it easy for you guys to follow. And you can find these in our Discord under the data mines channel. You can find the link to our Discord in the description below if you guys didn't know already. And then of course, here is Fire King Avatar Arvada. Pretty dope looking elephant, I must say. Pretty cool. He's pink elephant. He's got purple flames coming out of his swords. I mean, what's there not to love about the dude? He's got like some kind of tribal design outfit as well. I mean, just I'm digging it. I'm digging it. All right, so now we got a rare anti-fusion device, which was originally an SR, now is a rare, according to the data mines. Destroy one face-up fusion monster on the field. So there you have that anti-fusion device. If we ever get into like a hardcore fusion meta, this card will be seen, but until then, I don't know. The Monarch's Awaken. I believe this was originally a rare, and that's been converted to an SR. I believe. I could be wrong there. If I am, I apologize. But anyways, it's an SR now. If you have no cards in your extra deck, target one face-up tribute summon monster you control. Its effects are negated. Also, it is unaffected by the effects of cards other than its cards. So, if you're playing a strong tribute monster, it doesn't really have the greatest effects, but it might just be a really strong monster, a big beat stick. If you use the Monarch's Awaken on that card, you can see it right here, for that turn, since it's not a continuous, it's just a regular trap, you can basically go in and on anybody you want, because the back row will not affect it. It will not be affected by any kind of back row. It won't be affected by any kind of monster effects or anything. It is literally going to be unaffected by all card effects except for the Monarch's Awaken. So you can kind of just like, if say you summon a Blue Eyes by tribute summoning 3,000 beat stick on the field, you can go in and deal as much damage you possibly want for that turn if you activate the Monarch's Awaken, because they can't do anything, because monster effects, of course, everything will be negated. Back row traps, everything. Spell cards like Econ, it won't work. Nothing. Not even what is it? Not Floodgate, Canadia, or anything like that. Just it will not work. So very good card. If you're running a really tribute heavy deck and you want to go in and try and win on like your turn 2, 3, 4, or 5, whatever, however it falls into your favor, I suppose. Anyway, so now we have a Merger Roid Call. It's a rare. When a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated while you control a Roid fusion monster, negate the activation. Then send all cards with the same name as that card from the activating player's deck and extra deck to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Roid monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of Merger Roid Call once per turn. Now, this is interesting because this is a counter trap card. This is basically Champ's Vigilance for Roids. This card is a rare, and the reason why they made it a rare is there's a good chance this card could be nerfed, just like Champ's Vigilance was. Because if this is a rare, and these do come indeed in some kind of a structure deck or a box set in the the next mini box set or into the future, whatever, they want to be able to nerf it, because you guys know Konami never touches SRs or URs in a box set, which by the way will come back to haunt them if they ever bring Grapha for Dark Worlds, for example, because that entire deck is basically SR and UR from a box. But anyways, a Merger Roid Call, wow. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated while you control a Roid fusion monster, that's crazy. And getting a Roid fusion monster out may seem like it's a tedious task, it's a little bit hard or tricky to do. It's about as hard to do right now as getting out a level 7 or higher normal monster to run with Champ's Vigilance. It's about the same difficulty, in my opinion. There's so many cards in this game right now that could benefit you to getting out a fusion monster pretty easily, but we always had the downside of how using all those resources and keeping the fusion monster on the field was always the big problem, because they were pretty easily to be dealt with and stuff like that. But now with a Merger Roid Call, you kind of have your own Champ's Vigilance to run with your fusion Roid deck, which is pretty interesting. So we'll see whatever comes of that. Again, I think they made it a rare just to kind of leave the door open in case, for whatever reason, Roid fusions become a big thing. They have that little scapegoat, if you will, to be able to kind of nerf it if they have to. So that's a pretty cool card, though. Man, if it was with just any Roid monster, though, that'd be broken. That would be broken. But still, fusion monster for a Roid ain't too hard to get out, especially when we got cards like Mixer Roid coming as well and some other Roid support. So very interesting, very, very interesting. And there's the card art if I didn't show you guys before. Pretty cool there. Got a few of the Roid monsters all just driving. Some of them are flying. Pretty cool. Alright, and then the last one is Curryborn. This card is tilty. Extremely tilty. I don't know how they're going to introduce this card. I don't know if it's going to be some kind of an event exclusive card, or it's going to be in a box, or whatever they're going to do with it. But, oh my goodness. So, it's a Fiend effect, level 1, 300 attack, 200 defense. At the end of the battle phase, you can discard this card, then target one monster in your graveyard that was destroyed by battle and sent there this turn. Special summon it. Yes, you read that right. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target any number of Karibo monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them. So if you're running like OG Karibos or whatever, oh my goodness. Now, why is Kariborn so busted? I don't know if you guys have noticed lately, but Life Cost Zero has made a huge comeback in the meta. Life Cost Zero decks are everywhere because they have, you know, Cosmic Cyclone and stuff like that that just work perfectly for what they're trying to do. And if you add OG Karibos, which a lot of them run with, you know, Wing Karibo, and then you got Kariborn, oh my goodness, the things that you're going to do are just going to be insanity. Also, Kariborn could just be put in any deck that you're trying to revive a big monster that you may have lost, and that's just insane. It's a very, very good card. It's a very good Karibo indeed. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed these data mine leaks from September 11th. A big shout out again, as we put up here in the title, for Dragon and Yazin. So thank you guys so much. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Be sure to join the Discord below as always to, you know, to keep up to date with these data mining leaks even before I release the video. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Until next time, catch you guys later. Peace.
I hold on to this storm 'cause I need to.